And we're live. Another edition of what we call the Rona Files podcast. I'm joined by my partner Ashton, and we got two new guests in the building. Say your names for the audience, people.
What's going on? I'm CA.
All right, you sir.
What's going on? I'm Matt Riddle, aka Lex Express forever. That's about it.
All righty.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you for joining us on this edition of the show. So, what we got on the files to talk about? Because oh my God, there's been so much stuff happening in the past 7 days.
Yeah.
We got Brandy Rose don't want to support Black Lives Matter because of trolls' opinion of her mixed relationships. We got Gerald Smith beating up someone trying to break in his car. We got Lana Del Rey supporting Black Lives Matter, but also dry snitching on people. We got wrestling.
What a heavy load we've got lined up here, huh?
This is a heavy week, man. It's been a crazy week, man. These past 7 days have been just crazy.
Where y'all want to begin?
Do you want to start? We want to start with the heavy stuff, or go before we go to the light stuff, or what do you want to do? It's up to you. I'm gonna let you.
Let's go to the light stuff. Let's start off like a Raw show.
All right. All right. So y'all want to talk about this past week in wrestling?
Sure, let's do it.
Let's ease in.
Well, I'm gonna be out the loop on this.
All right. So, in your opinion, what was the better show this week? If people who watched it, NXT or AEW?
I'll probably say.
Was NXT this week with Riddle and Thatcher in that cage match?
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm gonna give the nod to them because that's the only match I saw this week. So, point NXT.
NXT also had, I think they had that tag match with didn't Charlotte Flair and Chelsea Green fight Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai this week?
Io.
Yeah.
And they also had the hilarious segment where Candice got roasted by Mia.
Oh yeah, that was good.
25 years, I ain't got nothing accomplished.
Oh, I did see that one. Yeah, that's like.
Oh, you have to look up that segment with the Keith Lee segment with his wife going at Johnny Gargano and Mia and Candice LeRae. It is gold. Watch it. It is gold.
I've been meaning to try and get back into NXT. I think I stopped watching it. Think about around War Games. Stop watching it regularly. I would kind of catch bits and pieces of it. Try to watch some of the promos just to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of where I've been at too.
Check
that War Game.
The women's division is really hard to watch, and now that they sent Charlotte back, I'm really having a hard time.
And some of you guys would know better than me, but I haven't really been watching, but are they putting Charlotte in every women's title match on all across
every
brand?
show, bro? She's on Raw, she's on SmackDown, she's on NXT.
Yeah.
And Charlotte's on every show. That's cool, but don't tell me you can't book other women strong like that. Bianca, last time I saw her was a main event. That's not on television. I had to go on the network. It says description: Bianca versus the chick. I can't remember her name, but she was Sin Cara tag team partner. I'm like, why hasn't Bianca been on Raw? I see Bianca more active on Twitter.
Did you hear what Charlotte said about? Did you hear what Charlotte said about Bianca on backstage?
I haven't.
Basically, what she said was Bianca is better than what she was when she was at that level. She's basically saying Bianca is a better version of her.
Yeah, I remember those comments.
And WWE's so what do we do with her? Put Charlotte in more matches.
And Bianca now even on TV.
No, see, Bianca was on main event, which nobody watches.
That's still a thing.
Did y'all see Ricochet trying to get people to watch main event?
Yeah,
I didn't even know it was still on the air.
He's on the network.
He was on Twitter, he was saying, before you complain about me being on main event, then just watch it because I'm on it. But it's most of the people that they put on main event are the worst people in the roster. It's just
I know. It's like the variable who's who of guys you haven't seen in a while.
Right.
I forgot he was still there.
Like old main event matches was like
It used to be
Hawkins.
No Way Jose's show.
Yeah, Curtis Hawkins, No Way Jose, Heath Slater.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We're not
lineup.
saying these are garbage. We're just saying they usually use more enhanced talent on that show.
Right.
They
What happens when you sign like a billion guys and then don't do anything with them?
Exactly. That's what happens when you have so much talent and you don't know how to properly use that talent. I mean, and you see how much talent they hoarded. That's when they got rid of all that talent and those big releases a couple of months ago.
Yeah. I wanted those people to leave anyway, but I didn't think that they were gonna like be forced to leave.
Yeah.
They ain't got no job. Where they gonna go? Who's booking wrestling right now?
Nobody.
Hey, I don't know if this was Raw or not, or SmackDown, and didn't mean to segue onto something here, but what was that thing with Elias and Jeff Hardy with the DUI? Like,
oh, that was SmackDown. Oh my God.
They tried to say Jeff Hardy ran over Elias.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, that he was under the influence and he hit Elias. And they took Elias away on the stretcher and the cops yelled at Renee. It was sad. I
didn't watch it, but did they say like they found Hardy like sleeping in a bush or something in the segment or something?
Mm-hmm. Found him sleeping in a bush, drunk, allegedly drunk off his butt.
Oh man, this reminds me so much of like you remember that shit they did with like LOD back in like, I mean not the same thing, but like kind of how they're just, you know, making real life issues into stuff, you know, like when they were pushing Hawk off Titantrons, having him show up drunk.
Yeah, I think Animal said that he didn't even want to do those segments. That he felt it was in bad taste.
Yeah, they did that with Scott Hall too in WCW, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
They had him like puke and everything.
Oh,
he would come
to
to the
mushroom,
staggering all drunk and shit.
I think he puked on Bischoff.
Yeah.
Oh, that shit was nasty.
Oh.
But what's your thoughts on it? Like, are y'all cool with that story they do with Jeff? Or you be like, come on, WWE, come up with something better?
The thing is, I would be more concerned that Jeff wasn't okay with it and that he's having to do it because he needs the money or because he doesn't want to say no to Vince.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's relapsed so many times that I don't even think that we should like keep touching this.
My question is, did Jeff Hardy give an approval for this angle because you're using his real life drug issues as a story, part of a storyline? I was wondering, did he give approval for it?
I mean, Vince gets away with that stuff.
I don't think any of those storylines ever work. Like they never look good. They never help anybody. They never get anybody over. They don't. You know what I mean?
No.
I mean, we know how WWE is. You say no to this storyline, we send you back to the back of the bus.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, people were trying to compare this with the CM Punk thing. The CM Punk thing was different. You know, they talked about what he murdered somebody. You know what I'm saying?
The CM Punk Jeff Hardy storyline was way different from this.
Way different.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, and if I could quote Jeff Hardy here, I made CM Punk a motherfucking superstar.
Hey, we need somebody to do the Matt Hardy spot.
Let's go get into a Waffle House and we'll recreate this.
Delightful.
Yo, did In Your House happen already?
No, it's coming up.
This upcoming next Sunday. That's next.
Oh, okay.
Sunday.
I think I'm gonna watch that. That's a stacked card.
I want to watch it just because I love like the old In Your House logo, so that enough to draw me to it.
A show about that in your house after the show's over.
I meant to ask this question about the Jeff Hardy thing.
So good.
I meant to ask this about the Jeff Hardy thing though. Do you guys think it's like you know, all the dirt sheet stuff? People are saying that this is punishment for Matt going to AEW and getting. Like, do you buy into that at all, or?
Nah.
I think this is just Vince.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't buy that. I think it's just them try to capitalize on something real and make it into a story. Just to
Who's
see.
booking up there now? Is it still Bruce Pritchard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bruce
it's still Bruce Pitcher. Remember, he popped in that Money in the Bank match. You know, he was in the bathroom. Rey Mysterio just had to stand there like, "Hey, Bruce," while Bruce lifted his zipper up. I didn't get that damn story right there. That shit was weird.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all.
You telling me
a lot of those cameos were wasted.
we were fighting for an opportunity to world title, right? I'm gonna just pause and watch Bruce Pitcher come out the bathroom. Like, put his zipper up.
That was goofy. That was real goofy.
It was.
Some people, some people who love WWE so much, they would say it, the best thing ever.
Okay, now whoever said that, they told a bold-faced lie. Bold-faced lie. Stop gargling WWE's balls. That's what you need to do.
You know, the funny thing is, though, is like I'm kind of liking these campy, somewhat segments, but you know, Ashton knows my point of view on wrestling on certain things, so I don't know. I kind of like some of it. It's just like, yeah, I didn't get the Bruce Pritchard thing either, though. Really, I was just like, what?
I mean,
I'm usually a mark for those little things they put in.
The Bruce Pritchard thing was corny to me. The like a campy segment with Mandy and Otis at the pool chilling. That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, that was cool.
Represent for the Husky niggas.
That was a good idea to put those two together. I know it was Mandy's idea, but that was a really good idea to put them together.
Yeah.
Because they really don't use female talent outside of the main stories. And even though I did see Sonya is doing something with Lacey,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of it looked like Sonya was dressed as a dominatrix or so. I don't know why they changed her gear. That she's not like an MMA fighter now, or I think she still has the same type of character, but they changed her look, her aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check some of this out.
Sonya, they added another layer to her.
I'm with Otis though. I'm on board with it.
I wouldn't mind a Sonya and Lacey feud. I wouldn't mind them two in a program together. From what they did on SmackDown, those two could have some hard hitting matches. I would like to see that.
Sonya could have good feuds. An underrated feud nobody talks about.
And before I stopped kind of watching regularly, like Sonya improved a lot, right? Like was it just me, or did it seem like she was getting better? Like,
mm-hmm.
You know,
improved. Bro, only underrated feud they had was Sonya and Ruby. Only other person I ever seen mention that was CA. I said, oh shit, you watch NXT because nobody else talked about that feud. It wasn't like, yo, Sonya versus Ruby Riott. You had to be watching NXT to know that shit was happening.
Yeah, I remember that because that's when I first started liking Ruby, and I was like, I didn't know she was a babyface at the time. So when she came to the main roster and they tried to build a stable around her, and she was a bad guy, I was like, yo, she was just a good guy yesterday, and then she Raw and she has a stable. It was the weirdest shit.
That's like having Matt Riddle debut and attacking all the baby faces. And he's a baby face.
That's like having Matt Riddle debut and he's just, instead of wearing his his fanny pack slides, he's just wearing like some Timberlands or something.
Some Timber.
Hilarious though.
With a snapback.
That's a real heel move. Oh no, the snap. You need the beanie too, because certified heel move is to wear the black beanie.
Yes, I've noticed that a lot of heels wear black beanies. Randy Orton wears the one. Sasha Banks wears one. Bailey, I've seen her do that. Why do heels tend to wear beanies?
Corbin used to wear one too. Back when he had hair.
Yeah, why do they do that?
1,000 times.
Yeah, why do they do that?
And maybe
I don't know.
Scarves. Like Vince used to think scarves were a heel thing because he hated scarves. So Del Rio and Jericho would wear scarves.
Oh yeah.
Oh, true. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought that was part of their the scarves thing was part of their whole aristocratic thing, or like Jericho with it being the whole rock star thing. That's why he wore the scarf.
Yeah, I think Jericho had a one-on-one conversation with Vince about how much he hates scarves. He said,
I would have loved to be in the meeting on that.
Wear a scarf.
You said, don't you love to be in a meeting with Vince?
No, I would love to be like a fly on the wall in that meeting where Vince and Jericho are talking about scarves.
Yeah. I would like
David
to be in any meeting where Vince is giving his opinion on what they should do.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he.
Hey guys, sorry guys, I'm about to head out, man. Thanks for having me on, y'all. I'll catch y'all later. Sorry about that.
All right, Brian. Cool.
You're good, man. You're good,
later,
man.
CA. Later, Laurel, and later, Ashton. Thanks for having me on.
All right. All right.
Later.
Peace, y'all.
Now, what you about to say?
Oh yeah. So I was saying, I would have liked to have been in the room when he pitched to Triple H that whole Katie Vince.
Ryan cut the phone off.
He said, his rim is just like hanging in the frame.
Did you hit that?
Froze. I can't tell.
Is he gone?
I can't tell.
I thought it was just like frozen, but then he said something. So I heard like a dog barking or something.
Who knows? But let's you let it be in the room. Man, the conversations you hear that Vince be having,
Mm-hmm.
how he hates sneezing.
Yeah.
And shoot, the stuff that Luke Harper did in them skits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think somebody was saying that he feels like getting a cold is a sign of weakness.
Sneezing, yeah.
So Vince
Like,
is
do you catch us a cold? Have Vince ever called cold?
I don't. He had to. He's a human, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, the stories we hear about Vince are as big as Andre the Giant.
yeah, he's almost as big of a worker as the guys on his roster. He's like a very interesting dude.
That would be somebody. That would be somebody you want to have an interesting conversation with, or just hear stories about. You'd be like, "What? Really?"
Like I can't. Like people always talk about a movie about Vince.
Yeah.
Like a movie can't cover Vince. You need at least 5 seasons of HBO on Vince.
Right.
That's a whole series right there. That's a whole series right there. It's not a movie. That needs to be a series.
Right.
And if you did cover Vince, what years are you covering? Because there's so many big cases.
Yeah, you might have to go all the way back to when he first took over the WWF.
Uh-huh.
Because that's a lot to touch. You gotta talk about Vince when he first took over.
Yeah.
Every territories, the steroid scandal.
Mm-hmm.
A whole bunch of wrestlers' deaths that he was close to, from Owen to Eddie Benoit. That's a lot of niggas you gotta cover. The whole Triple H dating his daughter. Getting punched out by Bret Hart. You gotta deal with stories.
You know, it's still people who think that was a work, that Bret didn't really punch him. But I heard Bret, Bret used to whoop ass.
Yeah.
From what Cornette said, he caught HBK one time and ripped a whole chunk of his hair out, and he said it looked like a small possum.
I remember that because Jim Cornette was bragging about it. Yeah. You know how HBK, I got his hair. I had to get me a piece of his hair. They brawling a lot.
Yeah.
For real, Jim Cornette acted like it was the golden ticket.
Right.
I got a piece of HBK here. Like,
I think he was just so flabbergasted, like because the amount of hair that he said he pulled out, he would have had to have a bald spot.
I mean, knowing HBK, he do be having some ugly ass haircuts.
Ooh, right. True, he does.
I think he was starting to lose his hair, and then he just tried to hold on as long as he could.
Mm-hmm.
For real, like in 2002 when he won the Survivor Series chamber match, that was an ugly ass haircut.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, we could talk about AJ Styles looking like a soccer mom, but come on, HBK.
Yeah, AJ's doing that to his hair on purpose. He's not losing it.
No, he's not losing his hair. HBK started to lose his hair, so.
Like, for real. Like, and you notice other people's hairs that they were losing hair, like Barry Corbin, Kurt Angle. This shit was ugly.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why.
Kurt had ridiculous hair though. Like even when he had hair, like remember how his hair used to look?
Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Kurt Angle's hairstyle, man. Good thing he shaved, man.
Right.
Kurt looked like he ain't used to comb his hair sometimes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a bad hairline.
Did y'all ever hear the story about how Triple H didn't want Kurt pushed? He said he was too small. And I think it was either Briscoe or Patterson that said, "Well, why don't you challenge him to a shoot fight?" And Triple H said,
I didn't hear that story. I heard a story similar about Triple H didn't want to lose to Kurt or something like that, or Kurt be with Stephanie because it wasn't believable. A comedy carried at that time because Kurt was still doing comedy acts.
Yeah.
I think it was like was it 2000 when they had that feud?
Mm-hmm. I think it was 2000.
Yeah, because Kurt was like still kind of like a comedy character, and Triple H ain't want to do like a feud with Kurt about Stephanie, like Stephanie going with him, managing him, or something like that.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
And look how things change.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All it takes is a good book to make you a serious character.
True.
Even if it's trash, if you are a book incredible, you could look like a force, even if you're trash.
Yeah, Lucha Underground had me fooled with Sexy Star. Like I really thought she was like the shit. Yeah, and then once I saw her wrestle other places, I was like, I don't know if she's that good.
Yeah. That shows you what that can do for somebody.
Yeah. Taya Valkyrie is another one. I thought she was way better. Like, I mean, she's still good, but I thought she was way better than she was just because of what Lucha Underground was doing with her, especially having her wrestle even certain guys. They had her looking like she was an elite wrestler.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because like it'd be like 4 ways or 5 ways. The Taya Valkyrie hanging with Pentagon in them shits.
Yeah.
And like now, I'm not saying Taya Valkyrie sucks or nothing. She's still a good wrestler, but now I don't know. You gotta think about it. Taya was skinnier. Now she's more on the heavy side.
Yeah.
So maybe that would cause a little decline in like different styles of matches she's having. But we don't never know. It might be an injury or whatever. Because when Mia Yim came back, she was like having like a rough patch, and we come to find out injured, still recovering. And like later on, we see Mia have a bangers with Kaylee Ray, Io, and Lexus.
Right.
And like that. Mia is like bad as fuck. It just took a while for injury.
Yeah, she was recovering from those injuries.
Speaking of Mia Yim and Kaylee Ray, because I remember this happened. I can't remember. I think it was Worlds Collide where they had that match. What do y'all think about having title matches on the pre-show?
It depends. It really depends because like a pre-show match to me sometimes will sell you the show.
Right.
Like that 1 year SummerSlam was New Day versus the Usos. They had the best match on the card, but it was on a pre-show.
Yep.
And the whole idea for the pre-show is to get you to watch the pay-per-view, watch you to sign up for the network. So it's not a bad idea having you put in like a good ass match for the pre-show. Like, damn, this shit was so good. Like Money in the Bank that 1 year, they had the Shield versus the Usos, and the Usos was not taken serious at that time. Match, they were like, this is awesome. Everybody like Shield's getting punished because they're on the pre-show with the Usos. But that match changed the whole format of the Usos. So it's not always a bad thing. I think it's all about what you do with what do you do with a person next after the pre-show. If you don't do nothing with them next, like Cedric Alexander, I haven't wasted for months on the main event, then yes, it's bad. But if you do something constructive with the person, like build a person up, it's different.
Yeah, good point. I was only asking because I remember when it happened that I believe that they had a non-title women's match on the card. So I was thinking, why would you have Kaylee Ray's your UK Women's Champ? Why would you have her on the pre-show? You're almost kind of burying the title. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, because like you have her not on the actual show, but the pre-show. She's the UK Women's Champ, and had the actual NXT Women's Champ on the show with Toni Storm. But that match wasn't like the match wasn't better than the pre-show match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
And sometimes no. When stuff like that happens, they be like, "Damn, like, these chicks outdid you." Because I mean, you could create a storyline based off, you had poor performance. Remember, after you had that poor performance, people was talking shit to her. Storylines.
Yeah.
Like, come on. But I mean, it could work out.
Because I remember the cruiserweights used to have some bangers on the pre-show. Like if I wasn't excited for the pay-per-view before, seeing them, do what they're gonna do, especially back when Neville was still there and Rich Swann and TJP, like they would have some really good, and even like during the Buddy Murphy era and Cedric and all that, they had some really good matches on the pre-show.
Yeah, they did. Shoot, 205 Live to me was lit because you had Ali versus Buddy Murphy. You had like tag team matches. What's that guy name with the abs?
Tony Nese.
Tony Nese, Buddy Murphy versus Lucha House Party. You had like killer matches almost every week that nobody was watching. Like people did watch, they tell people to watch the show.
Yeah.
To me, 205 Lives, like once Vince not got rid of it, but once Vince stopped doing it with 205 Live at the end zone, got lied on, that Triple H was good content, man.
Yeah, I think it's some of the best wrestling that WWE produces. That 205, and actually, I mean, as of late, if you watch Main Event, some of the matches that they put on there are like too good for Main Event. Like sometimes you see the stuff on Main Event and you like, yo, these are the matches you're putting on on Raw or SmackDown. Like I'm watching Bianca and Ruby on Main Event, and then I can't even remember some of the Raw matches they had that were just like, what are we doing here?
Like Raw matches, like I think a random Raw match was like Nia versus Ajaba, but Bianca, or you got Ricochet instead tearing the house on Main Event. You like nobody really watches Main Event,
right?
And like, well, they put stars there for no. There's no real. I mean, from us seeing, nobody cares for Main Event.
Yep.
Well, I think the thing is because Ricochet was trying to defend it on the level of, if you're a fan of mine, why don't you watch Main Event? Because I'm on it, right? But at the same time, it's like they don't promote they're not saying, hey, Ricochet is going to be on. You don't know who's on Main Event until they're on it. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Well, they don't promote that show. It's the same thing with 205 Live. They don't promote it at all. You just you either have to want to watch it or you just don't know what's going on.
And usually Main Event is seen like those dark matches that happen before Raw anyway. And most people kind of like, if you don't care, you don't care. Because most people, particularly casual fans, they're not going to care about those matches. Like you just show them what's on Raw and stuff, then that's all they watch. Or SmackDown, that's all they watch. They're not going to, most casual fans are not going to seek out Main Event, like stuff like that. Even I don't. Like I said, I consider myself a pretty hardcore wrestling fan, but even I'm not going to seek out that.
Yeah, I had actually started watching it. Like once I stopped watching NXT, I would watch Main Event instead. And Mickie James is doing really good on commentary, so I don't know if they're going to move her up at some point. But some of the matches are really good, but they just don't promote They don't promote that show. And it used to be, if you go back and watch Main Event, a few years ago, they would only have the guys on that you never see on TV, that like the Ascension, like guys that they got rid of that you forgot that even worked there, like Rhino, guys like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I used to watch Main Event like constantly because when it first came out, you had the big stars. Then that slowed down. And when they had most of the women from NXT come up, they was having matches like Sasha versus Brie Bella on Main Event, or Becky versus somebody else. And like once in a while, you might get a good combination of the popular stars on Main Event. Most of the time, it's like people you forgot, Ascension versus Fandango or Tyler Breeze or something like that. Like people that they don't really use. Now it seems like the best people they have, they put in on Main Event because they got rid of people they don't use. And then you hear people coming to Raw and SmackDown, and you like, they coming to Raw SmackDown, and people you still got there not even on Raw SmackDown. Like, do we really have high, like, we want to have high hopes, but is there really going to be hopes for Matt Riddle or Dominique Dodrick, or Chelsea Green? Because Chelsea Green was already on Raw. Let's not forget. She was facing Charlotte on before.
Yeah.
But they, can we really have hope?
Was on Raw too at one point, right?
Yeah, they got rid of her. She was great.
Honestly, I would have. I mean, they got rid of Sarah too, and I honestly think they should have kept Deanna over some of the people they already had.
Yeah, I would have kept Deanna.
I don't think Deanna's that great, but I mean, some of these chicks. I was just looking at the rosters, like without Becky. So those, like Raw and SmackDown have terrible. The way that they mixed those up when they did the new
draft.
Yeah, the way that they set those rosters up is kind of like they didn't prepare for the possibility. Like, what if Becky got hurt? Like, it didn't have to be a pregnancy that took her out of action. What if she broke her ankle or something?
Yeah.
Who are they going to now? They have Charlotte on every show. Who are they going to rely on?
Here's the problem. You just pointed out a problem that I've talked about with a lot of people when it comes to WWE. They don't build their talent up. They don't build their talent up. So when you have a situation where what happened to Becky Lynch, she gets pregnant, who's going to take that next place? Who's your next top girl? So you just put Charlotte everywhere because that's the only person you build up. You have the other horsewomen, but they're both on SmackDown. You can't just bring them over to Raw. So you don't build up these other women. So that's the problem. They're trying to build up Asuka right now because they're trying to make Asuka like the top girl.
They don't have any faith in her.
But they don't really have no faith in Asuka.
Yeah, that's the sad part. Like she's probably if you remove Becky, she is the biggest female star on Raw. Mm-hmm. But because of her English, they don't
have any faith in her.
They haven't figured out a way around that.
Honestly, if they could, they should have got her a manager. They tried to do that thing with Paige, but I don't know what happened with that.
I feel like
I don't think Paige
I feel like some people know how to use Asuka. Some other people that's higher up don't want to use it that way. Because I mean, they gotta have conversations like we have been. I mean, if Asuka worked perfectly NXT, I mean, it's still people that still work perfectly NXT, and I mean, the glimpses we've seen of Asuka when she's booked right is great. So why can't work for her to be on a high level? Some people just don't want that to happen.
Right. I think the problem with Asuka is she has a ceiling on her marketability just because she can't even do some of the things that her peers do. Like I can have Charlotte go on a talk show and promote the show. I can't really do that with Asuka.
No.
Yeah. That's true.
I mean, marketability is something that we do have to think about.
Right.
It is true. Because I mean, it's not a pure wrestling show.
How popular she's gotten just with like how without really being able to build a feud around her, like just off that streak alone, she became a really big name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just seemed like NXT understood how she worked better than the main roster.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they capitalized off of Oscar Gray NXT. And like, yeah, you did bring up a point that you got to do interviews and stuff, so that's why it's kind of Oscar. But like, if we just thinking about interviews, they probably would just have Lacey Evans. You know what I'm saying? Based off interviews.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Lacey golden for that, but who can you have really carry the show? Because Lacey still got some time. And the only legit star that they have really pushed like that for interviews and everything is Charlotte. But let's be real. If Charlotte got hurt right now, I'm not wishing injury on her. What are you going to do, WWE? Finally give Sasha Banks her shine? What you going to do? Put Bianca? Rhea? What you going to do? Because you ain't build nobody else up.
I think, though, if something happens to Charlotte, they'll be in full panic mode.
Probably.
Full panic.
Like, I think they'll the type of moves that they make if they lose Charlotte, which won't make any sense.
Right. I think if that happens, they'll go, okay, oh shit, what do we do now? Do we
They would have to split Bayley and Sasha up. They would have to.
Yep.
They would do that, or you know what panic mode for them will be? Shayna, we need you. Rona, please come back. Like what? Nikki Bella, come out of retirement.
No, she's not doing. Nikki Bella's like, fuck, she
like,
ain't doing that.
What would you do? Because you got shown on every damn show, and we could say yes, that's great, but also you're not helping other people to get. Like, how would someone else know Tegan Knox? So you don't put her in a position to get to be known. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm-hmm. I think that's always been the thing that bothers me about not just Charlotte, but dominant heels in the company. As far like in the last 4 years, they've had heels just absorbing opportunities and belts, and it's not really helping. Like usually, if somebody's dominating them, like you see how that worked for Becky, where she turned on Charlotte, and like that's not happening as often as it should be, considering how dominant these heels have been. Like even Brock, I don't feel like Brock. They just keep cycling the title back to him, and the young guys are not getting over because they're not becoming bigger stars because of him, which is what he's there for.
I think they rely on Brock too much.
Yeah,
going back to Brock.
Terrible how they use him, but you can still do Brock while him squashing people like a Ricochet to a point of
oblivion.
Yeah. Think about it. He beat the fuck out of Ricochet. I thought Ricochet would have been like went to Seth Hill crew. He's lost. He got squashed like a bug. Ricochet ain't get no hits. He got beat up for straight 2 minutes. I mean, Kofi Kingston, how they did him was terrible. But at least Kofi, you could say, yo, I got fuck. It was like an analogy Lance Storm used. Like, cause like he ain't really get squashed because he got hit one time.
I think Lance's thing was that can happen in a real fight. Like in a real fight, it could take one move
and somebody's done.
You kind of caught him off guard. But I thought
that's what he said.
That was the wrong move, just because how they were portraying everybody else. Like they had guys like Finn Balor that were that size and AJ. And they were making it seem like they were better at taking on Brock than bigger guys.
Right.
And when he squashed Kofi, Kofi was beating he beat the whole roster. He beat everybody who had any relevance. Some of them, like y'all remember that gauntlet match?
Yes.
Like he was working at a handicap and he still beat everybody.
And people love to say Kofi was not pushed like, bruh. They made Kofi the Black Superman for his title, for his whole title run. People was mad when he beat AJ Styles, saying AJ should have won. AJ's was the U.S. or the U.S. champion? No, he should not.
He was U.S. champion at the time. I think he was U.S. champion.
Joe, Randy, everybody. He beat everybody besides Brock.
Right.
And he wasn't scared to pull up on Brock. People used to be scared, intimidated. Kobe pulled up on Brock on Raw with Seth. Like, what's good? We ready. Even though Kobe lost, but he still had heart.
Right.
Which made Rey Mysterio look like a joke at the beginning of the storyline. He's scared. He need Uncle Kane come save him.
Yeah.
Like, Ray,
that was almost mean to do that to Mysterio.
Like, for real. Ray was in Lucha. People were like, why you so upset? Nigga, Ray was just in Lucha Underground fighting monsters. He was fighting monsters that was eating people. And he's scared of Brock.
Not just that, but he's like a cultural icon where he's from. And they're trying to make another him. That's what that whole pushing Humberto Carrillo and Garza and Andrade, they're trying to make another Ray and another Eddie. I don't think you can, like, the fact that even before Ray got involved with Brock, he had that feud with Andrade where he almost quit.
Yeah.
Where do you go? Where does Andrade go now? He almost beat the biggest name in his own country. Like, he almost beat the biggest living legend from his country. Mm-hmm. What else can he do now?
He kind of did beat Ray. Because, didn't he take Ray mask and everything?
Ray was about to unmask himself and quit forever.
Yep.
And his son stopped him.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, and we looking at Andrade right now. It's like
he's still a mid-card guy.
Yeah, he's still in the
a legend who's still in good shape, by the way. Ray could go out there right now and have the best match on the card. It doesn't matter who else you put on there. Ray could still go out there and have the best match on the card.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You can with anybody. Shit, we seen that with Ray and what's the guy from Lucha House Party? Grand Metalik.
Yeah, Metalik.
Ray Metalik had a killer match on Random Raw.
Yeah.
Ray can still go.
Right.
They all trying to push like Andrade, Angel Gaza, and the Ray and Eddie position, but I heard they should make them their stars.
Their own thing.
First Andrade, be the first Angel Gaza. Don't be the next Eddie.
No, you cannot create the next Eddie Guerrero because Eddie Guerrero was one of a kind.
Right. There's only one Eddie Guerrero, and he's a legacy act too. Like, Eddie's from it's like trying to make somebody the next Bret Hart. Bret he got kids. The Harts just keep making, you know what I mean? You can't just like throw somebody into someone's lineage.
No.
And I think actually Andrade is a second generation star. I think his pops was a wrestler too. So
yeah, like make the person be the first person. Like Charlotte, you don't hear Charlotte saying, "I'm the next Trish Stratus." You might hear something like something like, I'm the next Flair, but she still say, I'm the first Charlotte Flair. She might get on phrases, but she still is the first Charlotte.
You can't make some
person like. Here's the thing: what WWE fucked up with Roman, they kept trying to make him Cena with the cheesy catchphrases. Even though Cena can say some dope shit, he do cheesy shit. Right. They were fucking up Roman to say the cheesy shit, wear blue and green contacts. Like, come on, man, don't do that to a badass Samoan.
I think what happened to Roman is that he had potential. He had potential to be the guy, but there was so many dudes ahead of him that once they started pushing him above them, they were like, I don't know what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's what happened with Daniel Bryan. Like, everybody wanted Bryan, but they were insisting that was gonna be the guy.
Yeah, the whole Bryan thing, like, was shit on his fan base. I get it, but we gotta get we can't praise Stone Cold for having a fan base saying what all the time on CM Punk, where the CM Punk chants all the time. It should show Dan Bryan because the backslash that happened to Roman and Batista. I mean, we do gotta praise it. If you that dope, you got fans like that, that's good. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The people would try to say it was terrible and Daniel Bryan sucks because of that. No, Daniel Bryan can return to wrestling, did a lot for a lot of people.
Yeah.
They're like Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston benefited for Daniel Bryan being there. He was the perfect foe. Tell me, how Daniel Bryan had the crowd hate everybody? He had the crowd hating him so much they start chanting for Kofi to whoop his ass.
Because he knows how to play his character.
Yeah.
Bryan promo about Kofi being so complacent was like, damn. I was like, it is true. Kofi was complacent.
I think even I was sleeping on Bryan. I didn't realize how good he was until he started doing that whole I'm the Earth's champion and
After playing it,
calling people fickle and like he was really undressing the fans in front of the SmackDown audience.
Mm-hmm.
I think because he has a little bit of freedom because Vince knows he could have went somewhere else. If they didn't clear him, he was going to Japan.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He went to Japan. Their box office over there. Bryan versus Okada. Bryan versus Tanahashi.
Right.
Their box office over there. Don't mention Bryan going to AEW.
Right.
Bryan anywhere, man.
Oh, that crowd wouldn't have been able to handle it. They would have exploded.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's the thing about Bryan? He was a great wrestler, great pure wrestler, but he got better with promos and promos.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't settle. A lot of fans would say, settle for what you get. Don't try to improve. If that's the mentality, Daniel Bryan would never try to improve his promo ability.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Daniel Bryan is a like you can tell from the stuff that he wanted to do and the stuff that he's able to do now. He has a good mind for this. Like he really knows what he's doing. That's one thing that I always liked about Jericho is that Jericho has a really good understanding of pro wrestling and what things is going to work.
Yeah, Jericho's a great mind in pro wrestling.
Right.
I mean, everybody had bad ideas. Everybody had bad ideas once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's perfect.
Yeah.
But Jericho, Bryan, like I think both of them are appreciated. Even if Jericho does some corny shit like that one time with the GOAT segment in AEW.
Oh yeah, that shit was.
So Jericho still can come up with some dope shit. Like the match that they had. Like if you just watch the highlights, it was hilarious. It was like a movie. And Lucha Underground, people love Lucha Underground. And Lucha Underground felt like a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Lucha Underground was weird because it was goofy. I would almost laugh at how hokey the stories were, but it was still good. Like their understanding of what people wanted to see was just at a high level.
It was like a sci-fi channel movie with a budget. It had goofy angles.
Yeah.
Like what's her name? Katrina? What was the guy? Mil Mortes? That was like he was a cockhole to be honest.
Right.
Because she was in love with Felix. Yeah, she was in love with Felix. And you had Prince Puma whooping people's asses.
Yeah.
And he got serious too. And like you had a whole bunch of wacky characters and dope characters. It made like a show.
Yeah, I remember that whole angle they did around Taya and Johnny's wedding. Like that was real stupid.
Like wedding angles are always most of the time terrible. There has been some good ones, like the Chelsea Green. I think her name was something else in Impact. So her wedding, I'll leave up there.
Yeah.
That shit was fun. The line of shit. I don't know, man. I wasn't a fan of Lana's storyline with Bobby Lashley.
You know what was weird about that whole Lana and Lashley thing? It almost because I remember people talking about behind the scenes what was going on with Sable when she when they first discovered Mark Merrow. They wanted Johnny B. Bad to come to WWF. But Rena had to be part of the package, and Cornette was talking about how Russo and McMahon used to almost like fantasize about this. Like they basically used this girl to destroy the dude she was with.
I heard about that. I heard they used to talk about, oh, can you imagine her wearing all white? I'm like, bruh, Sable's cute now, but really, y'all really think about her wearing all white?
The white cotton panties was the thing. That's what they were fantasizing about her. Like you don't want to see her naked. You just you want to see her in white cotton panties. Like what are you talking about?
Well, hold up. Wait a minute. I just had to go do something. But
we were talking about Sable and Mark Merrow in comparison to Lana and Rusev.
How Vince used to fantasize about Sable wearing all white.
I think it's the same thing with Lana. Like he's infatuated with Lana. He doesn't really care for Rusev because he's kind of been holding a grudge ever since Rusev put a ring on her finger and then he cut his hair and all that. Vince has been holding a grudge since then.
Yeah.
Because he can't. Rusev Day, he couldn't have possibly gotten more over than he was at that point.
Yeah, he got super over with that. He got done it by himself.
Right.
I didn't understand why they didn't capitalize on that.
They should at least won the tag team titles.
Yeah.
People say Rusev got fired because the fans shit on the storyline. I'm like, bruh, let's be real.
The crazy thing is that storyline was getting a lot of hits, man. Like it was almost working for Rusev.
Like the storyline with Lana was not good.
It was not good.
Like that's like saying they start using the woman because we complained the woman shit they was doing was bad years ago.
Yeah.
Bro, look what happened. We complained they got better. They got women with more TV time and stuff. So don't make it seem like we bitching is Rusev's reason for being fired. No.
I never said that. I just think that
people have.
some people have, but that's how they feel. Now I think that they're thinking that they didn't just use once that storyline was over, they took Rusev off of TV and that was a mistake.
Right. What I heard about Rusev was that remember Lana signed that crazy deal for like 5 years or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What I had heard was that Rusev hadn't re-signed with them yet.
No.
And they were trying to I think they locked Lana down so they could try to get Rusev back. But once the COVID-19 thing hit, he still hadn't re-signed yet. So I think they just said, all right, well, let's get him out of here for now. And then maybe we can renegotiate later.
I believe they never wanted Rusev after a while. They just wanted Lana.
Right.
Hey, Lana has more potential.
But I think they were afraid that Rusev was going to go to AEW if he left. So they wanted to lock him down even if they didn't use him.
Yeah.
But I think because the negotiations to get Rusev back weren't, as far as I read, weren't going well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like the same thing that happened with Brody Lee. Like at first, they were offering him all this stuff. I think Triple H even offered him some dates in Japan, which I don't even know how that makes any sense. WWE has no control over NJPW. Hold on, why is my Alexa glowing? Alexa, what are you doing? I'm sorry. My Echo Dot just started glowing for no reason.
It does that, dude. Mine does that sometimes.
Like Rusev and Brody Lee.
Yeah.
They are good people that need to explore other options. WWE is not everybody's ceiling. Look at Cody Rhodes. You know what I'm saying? Perfect example. His ceiling is way high.
Leave though.
Huh?
I don't think Rusev ever wanted to leave though. I think if the pandemic didn't happen, they were going to eventually reach some type of agreement. I just don't think he wants to be in AEW or anywhere else. I don't think he's a. I mean, he could go to Japan, but why would you go all the way to another country and you're already here? There wouldn't be no place for his wife. She'd have to be a valet like Miho or what's the chick with Bullet Club with the Piotr or whatever her name is.
You talking about the Tokyo chick?
Yeah, with the fucking bunny costume.
I know who you're talking about.
Right.
I think Rusev can be successful in another wrestling company,
Yeah.
Lana don't really have to stay in wrestling because she could just get booked up for like photo shoots and acting. Let's be honest, Lana was an actor. She's been in TV shows and movies, and she does have a nice display of photography on Google. Anybody looking for research purposes?
Research purposes.
Right.
So Rusev, he want to be used. Everybody wants to be the top guy.
Right.
You can't say you should settle for this and you complain about Rusev treatment.
Right.
So he should do what's best for him. Everybody should.
I mean, when I think Rusev would go to another wrestling company, I think maybe he would. I mean, personally, if he pops up on AEW one day and he does well, salute to him.
Right.
And maybe he'll get used better.
Charisma. That's the thing that's scary with Rusev. He has the charisma.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what else is going on in wrestling?
Well, Adam Cole versus Velveteen Dream.
Oh yeah,
it looks like it might be a cinematic match.
I've been wanting to ask somebody about this. How do y'all see a difference in Dream once he came back?
Match wise?
Just overall.
I feel like in match wise he's holding back. Okay.
I think even his character is kind of weird. Like it doesn't, because you remember he had that feud with Aleister Black. And they did that spot where Aleister Black was sitting. You know how he does his little. I don't want to call it Indian style. I don't think that's what it's called, but
yeah, I know.
The way he does his sit, like he sits, like none of what you talking about. How he sits in the ring.
He's sitting down, and Velveteen like crawls towards him.
Yep.
I never seen a reaction like that from the crowd gasped, like they didn't know what was about to happen next. And Velveteen Dream he used to have that effect on people where it's like, if he's in the feud, this is all we care about. This is all that really matters is what he's about to do. Like even that whole thing he did with Ricochet, where I can do everything you can do, and then Ricochet started impressing him. Like he used to have way better feuds. The thing what he just did with Roddy, with him trying to go after his girl, but I think Marina Shafir could beat him in a fight. It's just a weird, like when you're doing that with Miss Elizabeth or some valet or something, it makes sense. But Marina's an MMA fighter and she's a wrestler, and I don't know. That whole thing was goofy to me.
I think the thing that's missing with Velveteen Dream is that there's no crowd.
Yeah.
A crowd was a important factor in his aura.
Right.
There's no crowd right.
He definitely feeds off the crowd's energy.
Yeah, I think the thing is certain wrestlers need that crowd to play into. Like Velveteen Dream, I think it's a case of that. Maybe slightly to the same extent the New Day, but they're making the best out of it. Certain gimmicks need that crowd interaction. I think Velveteen Dream.
Like if Demon Balor came back and his entrance, you need a crowd for that entrance. The entrance does not feel the same without the crowd. For Demon Balor, I think Dream is like that.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what it is, because I remember when Balor, he left to get married, and then they brought him back to NXT, and he said he kind of wanted to be in NXT because he didn't want to work that mainstream that main roster schedule at that. But they're not really. If you have a star of that caliber, you should kind of be utilizing him to push other guys up, and it's not like once he lost to Adam Cole, he's just kind of there now.
Well, they tried to do the Walter feud, but coronavirus.
Right.
Taking that whole Walter feud. That Walter feud would have been big because they were building that feud up.
They got something special with Walter. I hope that they don't mess it up because his character is really subtle. It's not like a.
Yeah.
There's certain things that he does that you can't teach. It's just who he is.
Yeah.
I
And
do
Walter
it.
don't go to Raw SmackDown. He want to stay in the UK.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't want to leave either.
What Finn was doing, Finn was going to the NXT UK to help that whole roster get more viewers too. And coronavirus came up, messed up. Coronavirus messed a lot of things up, man.
Right. I remember they had replaced somebody somebody had gotten injured in NXT UK and he worked one of those Blackpool shows against Jordan Devlin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
When Balor needs to show up, he shows up.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the part of the reason they're doing this whole cruiserweight tournament, because the cruiserweight champion, he's in the UK. He can't travel over here because there's a travel ban right now. So that's the reason I have to put an interim champion in there.
Right.
Right.
Jordan Devlin's really good too. I like him.
By the way, speaking of NXT UK, have they been taping shows?
No, they're not. They're not taping shows.
That makes sense.
Shows, so that's why you haven't seen Pete Dunne in a long time.
Ooh, Pete Dunne's been a ghost.
UK or stuff they haven't shown before, like hidden gem matches, you know. But NXT UK, they're not running nothing right there. So people are worried about NXT UK, like would they still be a show? Like when America gonna get back again? Because I mean, focus is shifting from different, topic in America instead of the coronavirus. But
I think the good thing about NXT UK though is that they still allow them to work Rev Pro. They can still work Rev Pro. They can still work Evolve. I don't know if those guys are doing shows, but if so, those guys could still have work during this time. I mean,
yeah,
I agree. Also, on NXT, you also got Drake Maverick going to the finals.
Yeah, I just seen a weird video that he was in. I don't know if this was real or not. It was like an old video of him and Marty Skrull, and he was talking about the guy who was interviewing was saying, "Oh, so what's your relationship with Marty?" He's like, I don't like him. I don't like him, and he don't like me. And then it cut to something where he was saying, "Oh, you only got more followers than me because you were on a reality show." And then he smacked him in the face. He smacked Marty in the face.
Holy shit! Now I need to see that video.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I'm gonna send you a link when we done this. It's the weirdest thing I ever seen in my life. And it was before pre-villain Marty Skrull, like before he had the beard and all that. So just imagine Marty with a face getting smacked by the smallest dude in the world.
Like everybody underestimate Drake Maverick because he's so small. Yeah. But I see some stuff Drake Maverick was putting on bangers. I said, damn. He wasn't doing that in when he first was in TNA, because they showed him in TNA, he was just like a valet for EC3 Carter. But once he started wrestling EC3, that's what people don't talk about. Him and EC3 feud was it was good.
Yeah, he's like an undersized guy, but he is actually like a decent wrestler.
Yeah, and he could talk.
Right.
Shoot, I think give me Drake Maverick over what's Buddy name that was in WWF? He was with Nidia. What's his name? Jamie Noble. Give me Drake Maverick over Jamie Noble. For real.
Does he still work for WWE, or they got rid of him?
I
remember he was backstage, or he was like an agent.
They got rid of him. I'm not sure, to be honest. Shoot, I know they got rid of Mercury, because Mercury with Ring of Honor. He was what's her name? Killer Kelly or what's her name? What's the chick that was in AEW that was not AEW RH? They was their women's champion. Can't remember her name.
Women's champion where?
RH.
Oh, Kelly Klein.
Yes, he was smashing that. And she was
I remember when that whole thing went down with her. That it was sad to hear, because she stayed in that division. That division was failing from the jump. Like I remember when they had the tournament for to see who the first champion would be. And I remember watching this tournament, and I remember saying in Wrestle Nation, "Yo, is anybody watching this? Because this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life." Like when I turned it on, it was like Brandy versus it was like a fat nun. I can't remember what her name was. It was like Bloody Mary or so. It was like something corny. And I said, "Yo, this is the worst division I've ever." It was just like Kelly Klein and Tennille Dashwood were the best they had, and then everybody else was just well. And then I think Madison Rayne ended up coming over from Impact, but everybody else, man, that division was awful.
And Madison Rayne left RH because her, Angelina Love and Velvet Sky got into a feud, real life feud.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I didn't hear about that. Weren't they in like a group with Mandy Leon?
I think so. There's something happened because I had a homie tell me, "Yo, he got inbox from one of them. They say, "Yo, don't tag us no more."
Oh yeah, Madison Rayne and Angelina Love and Velvet Sky don't like each other. Well, Madison and Angelina and Velvet, they have beef with each other.
Yeah, they inbox. Stop tagging us with that bitch.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a shame. They were probably friends for. I mean, they all worked at Impact and all that, so I assume they were friends for quite a long time.
They were. Then something happened. Who knows? I mean, nobody knows. The dirt sheet don't know this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People like,
I tried to give Women of Honor a chance, but I just couldn't. Because when they gave they gave the title to Sumi Sakai, which she was with ROH for a long time, so I assumed that they wanted to throw her a bone. So I'm like, all right, cool. But then they started being able to use girls from Stardom, and I'm like, I know you can't give the title to one of them because they're not your talent. They have to go back home. But it's like, you know, actually what make me watch Hana Kimura and Mayu Iwatani, like these chicks who are the top women in a division that's way better than like in a women's promotion. That whole promotion is dedicated to women. And then they're coming over here and wrestling scrubs like, I mean, Kelly Klein is as middle of the road as you can get.
I get what you're saying. That's like you have an Oscar or Io,
Right.
and the title match is Dome versus Tamina Snuka. And I love Tamina Snuka, but she is nowhere near the best. Like, she's at the bottom.
Right. Like let's say Asuka was still working in Japan, and she came over to have a match with whoever the champ was, and it was, I don't know, Lacey Evans. I mean, Lacey's good, but she's not the, you know what I'm saying? She's not the best representation of women's wrestling in that company.
Nope.
Like, that's like having like two companies working together. You sending us AJ Styles, right? Matter of fact, no, you sending us Seth Rollins, and we're gonna give Seth Rollins a match with Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
We're not gonna use Hangman Page that we're trying to build. We're not gonna use Darby Allin.
Right.
We're not even gonna use Jungle Boy or MGF. We're gonna use Ty Dillinger.
Speaking of those guys though, what is your thoughts on Cody being the first TNT champion?
I seen it coming because you can't go for the world title though. They put him in a certain pick. You can't go for the world title, and you got to keep Cody on TV somehow.
Right.
And while actually like using your head for like, we got to come up with a story. What story?
Right.
Here's a story. Make him champ. Just have him have an open challenge every week. That's the easiest.
That's the easiest story for him to do.
My thing was, I saw a lot of people saying that they should have had Darby win he be the first champion, because that would have like kind of catapulted his career. But I don't know how they could have set that tournament up for Darby to win unless it's all jobbers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's Cody being champ than Darby. Cody being champ is more easier to do than Darby.
Right.
If Darby's champ, all you're gonna hear is you got lucky.
Right. The thing that people have to remember about Darby is that he's pretty much a rookie. Like, as much as we like the dude, he's never been the guy anywhere. He's not a bottom of the card guy, but he is so like afloat somewhere in the middle. Maybe I'll remember this match, maybe not type of guy. He before he got to AEW, you know, he wasn't really. I think people are getting too excited by his potential or what he could be and not realizing where he's at.
All right, let's be honest. Like you said, before AEW, you ain't really heard nobody talk about him. Let's be honest.
Yep.
He got AEW. He got some buzz now. If we really be honest, he's right. He's in the position that Jeff Hardy was in 01 to 02. He's waiting for that in the Continental Championship win from Triple H.
Yeah.
He's waiting for a moment like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Will it happen? Who knows? There's a lot of factors in. Can he stay healthy enough? Because he be doing some stupid bumps. And we see the bumps that people do in AEW. And these wrestlers want Britt Baker, Felix.
Somebody got hurt on Dynamite this past week for taking some crazy bumps, man.
Yeah, Britt Baker, I think she said she broke her tibia. Because they had Chris Statlander and Sheeta decided to pick up Nyla Rose, and they went to like dump her into Britt, and Britt put her knee up, and Nyla's like 300 pounds, so she came down on her knee, and it, once it straightened out, I think it broke the knee, or she said she broke her tibia. Which sucks because Britt is kind of getting her shit together. She was really
bland before this.
Yeah. And once she turned heel, she was kind of like starting to figure it out, and she keeps getting hurt. Like I remember she got that concussion at Fyter Fest, and she didn't even know which corner she was supposed to go to.
Yeah.
Like she was disoriented. Then Sheeta broke her nose like the week before she broke her tibia, so it was like, damn, Britt's getting fucked up.
Britt keeps having bad luck. That's her problem. When somebody's like, if it wasn't for bad luck, they had no luck at all. That's her situation. Mm-hmm. And she was asking, I was liking actually what they're doing with her heel character. I was liking this heel Britt Baker, and now that momentum is kind of got killed because of this injury.
Right.
There was something with the heel character. I mean, she was bland. She was bland as fucking unseasoned chicken. As a baby. Mm-hmm. Now with a heel character, even if the promo she was doing was goofy as hell, it was something. You know what I'm saying? Now she's took it out, and like the only thing people are talking about is the podcast she did with AEW about Adam Cole might come to AEW, and that's got the dirt sheets, tweeting. Adam Cole's going to leave WWE.
The thing is, I think she's just not trolling, but it's wishful thinking. I think she just wants. Because I remember she had that interview with Chris Van Vliet, and she was talking about how they started dating, and she kind of just wants. If you see WWE's roster and all the people who are in relationships, they really need the person that they're dating to be around.
There.
Yep, true. And someone asked me, do I think Anna would leave? I say, you never know. I mean, his girl's over there. You don't know. She could leave. They both
you gotta remember, man, Triple H is all the way behind Adam Cole.
Yeah.
And I think once Vince starts like seeing, because Adam Cole kind of reminds me like of a skinny Kevin Owens. Like they're the same type of character. Yeah. And I think once Vince sees him he's going to want to keep him. Though my only fear is that they're going to destroy Undisputed Era, which I think is a bad idea. I think they're way better than the Shield. And I know Vince doesn't really like to push guys who aren't his guys, but Undisputed.
That's a take that I don't know about. This way better than the Shield. I don't know about that.
Well, think about it this way.
Are you talking in ring skills? Those, or are you talking about because the Shield, man, the Shield. I have a love for the Shield. That's like Shield's probably my favorite faction of all time. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest, but better than the Undisputed Era, better than the Shield. I don't know about that.
Are you talking about in ring skills?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about overall.
Overall, I don't know. No, I can't. I gotta disagree. Shield had because Ambrose and Rollins were good promo, especially Ambrose, and they all could at least go in the ring. I don't know about Undisputed Era being better than the Shield.
I think Undisputed Era works better as it. Like I always felt like the Shield were just three individual dudes. They just didn't never feel to me like they were really. Like I felt like they didn't even hang out when they weren't wrestling. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know about that. I've seen the Shield together outside.
I have too, but it's just I don't know. Something about their chemistry just felt phony.
I don't know about that. The Shield felt like a brotherhood to me. They felt like a faction to me. They felt like three goons coming together who were just about to up every time they got in the ring. So I don't know about that.
I agree with Laurel. I think we talking overall the Shield, but we talking in ring, Undisputed Era.
I think Undisputed Era probably would make a case that they're better in the ring than the Shield, but overall, no.
Rollins fell off too because
Ambrose and Roman.
A few years ago, there's no way I would have said Adam Cole is better than Seth Rollins in the ring. Adam Cole stepped his game up exponentially. Like he's having the best matches of his career right now.
Okay, my question is, do you think Adam Cole overall talent is better than Seth Rollins? Overall talent, not just talking about in-ring work. Overall talent.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. I think he's a better talker. I think he's a better heel. Like I'm not sure how well he'd do as a babyface, but as a heel.
Wait. He has Adam as a babyface though. Adam is a better babyface than Seth.
You think so?
I think you better be a better babyface than Seth. Heel, I'm not sure because heel Rollins is better than face Rollins. For damn sure.
If we compare,
except Shield face Rollins. Now, Shield face Rollins. That's what I'm talking.
The one.
I'm talking. The babyface Seth I'm talking is the one that was feuding with Kevin Owens.
Yeah, you know what? At one point, you remember when he was feuding with he was kind of having a back and forth between Finn and Miz and Samoa, like he was the IC champ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
At that point, I thought Rollins was on top. I thought he was the best guy in the company. I was like, if they don't end up putting him at the top, like especially once we found out that Roman had leukemia, I said, there's no way he's not going to be the top guy. And then like once they actually started pushing him, he just started melting down. Like he was acting an ass on Twitter. His matches weren't good anymore. They booed him out the building when he was
okay. Now if you're talking about when Seth, you're talking about 2019. Now I would agree with you. 2019 after he won that title at WrestleMania, that face run was not that good.
Wait. I do have to say, the SummerSlam match with Brock was freaking awesome.
Now that was good.
That was something you like. Damn, I could pay $30.
What was the finish to that match?
I think he beat the Brock straight up clean. I think he beat him with a curb stomp.
Yeah, I think he beat him with a curb stomp.
It was an awesome match.
Yep.
Because I really only remember The WrestleMania match, he punched him in the dick.
Yeah, you gotta watch the SummerSlam one with him and Brock.
Oh yeah, the SummerSlam match was way better than WrestleMania match. Way better.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I just can't. I'll probably like just to refresh myself. I'll probably check it out. But I think I remember because I was still watching Raw at that point. At that point, I was still saying, the red brand was the best brand to me.
Shit, I don't even know what's the best brand right now between Raw and SmackDown.
Do you like SmackDown at all?
I think SmackDown is better right now than Raw because Raw.
It's like it could be a good. They both could have good episodes. Then like a week later, they both could have some episodes you like, because like the Raw episode at the Money in Bank was slamming. That Money in Bank was trash. So I don't know, man. And like, if we talk about factions, Shield is probably one of the best. UE is like, if UE could continue to have the success they have and like reach a wider crowd, then they could like be up there with the Shield. They close to the Shield, but I mean, popularity would be the Shield overall. Will most likely be the Shield.
Oh, of course.
The ring, and we talk ringing. Nobody like take Adam Cole out. Nobody's touching Kyle O'Reilly. And fucking Roger Strong.
Right.
And like,
I think those guys would be in trouble if they try to split them up and push them individually the way they did the Shield, like how having them be all three of them be top guys and then eventually come back together. I don't think that's gonna work.
No, you can't do that with Undisputed. You cannot do that with Undisputed. That's why the Shield worked, because you could split them up and they can all go on and do their individual.
That's a good point.
Like, I don't see Bobby Fish doing it by himself. Kyle O'Reilly can make a case for. Roger Strong, he probably be more. Roger Strong might be. I don't see Roger Strong being like that top champion. Like,
because he's a great wrestler, but it's not that he's bland. It's that his character doesn't have enough. It's you know what I mean. He's just kind of.
If you want to use Roger Strong, you got to use him more in like backstage segments and interviews to get to know him personally. Like you're not going to like get like a good Roger Strong from talking to the live crowd.
No.
Right.
Kyle O'Reilly will be your best chance if you want to do a big feud with two people from that group. Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole. That's your best money match.
I feel like they would treat Kyle like Sami Zayn. Especially as a babyface. Remember when Sami was a babyface?
The thing with Sami was always dope with Kevin Owens, but he real dope without Kevin Owens.
That's Sami Zayn's problem. He works great with Owens, but with other people, not so much. And in wrestling, you need to have chemistry with other people, and then not just with some people that you're really close with. Like, so for an example, Sasha Banks, we know her and Bayley like this. They're sisters, but she can have great matches with people other than Bayley.
Right.
The greats can work with anybody.
Like,
I think Sami is good. Like as far as just going out there and just having a good match, but I think as far as feuds are concerned, he's never going to do better than what he did with Owens, or what he did with Nakamura even in NXT.
Yep.
Because the way I don't think Vince sees anything in his character. Even though most of the stuff he's doing as a heel, all that stuff was Vince's idea.
Like the heel stuff right now, that's Sami's not on TV, but like currently here with Sami, but like in my opinion, what has Sami really done on Raw and SmackDown without Kevin Owens that was something that you like, I gotta rewatch?
Well, I remember when he was a baby face, and remember he did that thing with Braun where he wanted to fight him, and Mick told him, look, if you want to fight Braun, just so you don't fight it, because he was defending Mick's honor. Mick was his.
I remember that.
So he told him he was going to trade him for Eva Marie,
You know what? That kind of hurt Sammy right there. Like, I get to be honest, that feud helped Braun more than it helped Sammy. Because you say you're going to train for Eva Marie, you kind of make Sammy look like a joke.
Yeah,
like,
but
you want to say that. I'm not trying to compare Sammy to this wrestler, but you want to say Taker. Man, if not even Undertaker. So, Seth, we're going to trade you for Alexa Bliss. You want to say that shit.
No.
I think the point was that he just wanted to get Sammy away from Braun. And Eva was the only person that would be available. But at the same time, Eva was home. Like, there was no way they were actually going to do that. Because that was the point where she was doing the whole thing where she wouldn't, like, she was technically on SmackDown's roster, but she wouldn't show up. Because Road Dogg told her ass to go home.
Hit the road. Don't you come back no more.
Oh, boy.
But, like, yeah, man, Sammy.
I don't know. I get why some people don't like him or don't think he's anything special.
Personally.
Could he be special? Yeah. I mean, anybody can be special with the right booking.
Yeah.
That's why I believe. I mean,
he just didn't have much of a character, and yeah, I mean,
The Rock was shitty as a babyface, but with the right booking, he looked what he became.
The Rock was shitty being pro Samoan, and I think I noticed that with Samoan guys when their gimmick is about like their like Samoan culture, unless you're the one of the head shrinkers. Even like Rikishi didn't really work as just like I'm a Samoan sumo wrestler. Once he started doing the hip hop shit and he got with Too Cool, that's when Rikishi got over for real.
Ain't that some shit? Rikishi got put in the Hall of Fame with Too Cool, didn't it? And he stole their gimmick.
That's a shame.
Rikishi was in the WWF for years. But
yeah.
He made his popularity until he was with Too Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They didn't get in the Hall of Fame. And he didn't even mention them niggas in the speech.
I didn't even realize he was around for that long until I heard Nash talking about how, remember Viscera, like Mabel? Well, he was talking about how he used to hurt guys where he would do this move where he would stand over top of you and just kick his legs out and land on you. And he said he was hurting so many guys that Vince had enough. And he said, I think Rikishi was one of the guys that he hurt. And Nash was like, when you hurt a Samoan, I think it's time to stop.
Yeah.
Is Viscera still alive?
Nah, he died, bro.
No, Viscera died. I
think they barely talked about it. I think they just like acknowledged that he was gone, and they didn't do no real tribute or anything.
Damn. I wasn't sure because I always remember the Viscera and Lillian Garcia gimmick.
Viscera died, I think, in 2009, I want to say.
So it was something like that around that time. Cause I remember he was getting really big. I don't know if he might have had a heart attack or something.
Yeah.
That sucks, but you gotta take care of yourself. Cause I remember seeing Yokozuna like once WWE let him go, and like just how huge he was. I mean, he was already a big guy because he's a sumo wrestler, but it was just getting out of hand, man.
Yeah.
Yo, you ever heard that Bret Hart Yokozuna story about this was in like foreign country? Yokozuna had shit in his ass and sweat, and he was gonna drop it, and Bret had to move out the way.
Nah, I never heard that story.
It was a story about Yokozuna. You know that his finisher like that, but the shit off the top rope with the ass.
Yeah.
He was like, shit from his Utah. Brad said I had to move out the way, and Yoko went down.
That's just nasty.
Yeah, that's some trifling shit. I did hear a story about how people, you know how people ride together and to the different towns. Nash was telling a story about how he rode with Yoko. Like imagine big ass Nash in the back of a van with Yokozuna. Yoko and Nash are both in the back seat.
I can't picture that.
He said his Yoko's ass was so big that he was taller. He was taller than Nash sitting down.
I can't picture that.
I can't picture that.
Yeah, I don't know how you get those two motherfuckers in the van. And Yoko used to fly commercial, yo.
How do you get them on a commercial flight? Nash,
I don't know, bro.
Shoot, put Shaq in that bitch and Andre. Like, I'd be scared to travel. I see all them niggas on the plane. Oh no, I'm getting off. You got Nash, Shaq, Andre, Yokozuna. Oh, I'm getting off. I'm not dying.
4 big and tall mofos. Yeah, I can see that.
I'm sure the plane gonna go down. Shoot, speaking of planes, y'all remember the plane ride from hell?
Oh boy, they got a Dark Side of the Ring on that now.
They do?
It's supposed to be coming out. I think so. I've heard about it.
I hope so. I love to hear the story about Brock and Mr. Perfect about a hook on a plane.
I remember they asked Hall about it, and he said he said Kurt Hennig must have H-bombed him because he was knocked out the whole flight. So these motherfuckers was on the flight fighting. Motherfuckers was naked and all type of shit, and he didn't see none of it. He didn't see nothing.
Didn't Michael Hayes' hair get cut? Then he also pissed on Linda.
Yeah,
Linda talked about that shit in Hall of Fame speech. That shit was gold. Wait, somebody talked about it in the Hall of Fame speech. I said, oh shit, it was true. You know how bad you had to be to piss on Linda and not get fired?
Yeah, I don't know.
Think about that. Your wife got pissed on. I'm not gonna fire the person. Title's on there play with Vince. You're almost fired, but you're suspended. Like, what kind of shit is that?
That is ridiculous.
That is weird. Vince is crazy, man.
Matter of fact, speaking of weird, let's talk about it now. Brandy Rose.
Right. Okay.
What you want to say about it?
I already heard your stance on it, but go ahead and repeat it for the crowd.
Go ahead and say what you want to say about that, because go ahead and say what you want to say about that.
I feel like if you're in that position and you claim to be all for the people all the time, you doing this for all the causes, and when a cause like this happens, and you can't even say the guy's name, and you just make it all about yourself and your relationship with trolls. Girl, you've been dealing with trolls how long? Randy Orton has major backslash from trolls from dropping the N-bomb when he was high and drunk. But he's still showing support for Black Lives Matter. Doja Cat, we just canceled her last week. She's still making money. So what I'm basically saying is fuck the trolls. Speak your shit.
So wait a minute. Doja Cat actually said something even though she got canceled last week?
Doja Cat got canceled. We canceled Doja Cat. I'm not playing her song. People are canceling Doja Cat. But Doja Cat did post money for, Black Lives Matter's funds and stuff.
Okay. I didn't hear that.
Lana Del Rey got criticized for comparing herself with Beyonce, Doja Cat. But Lana Del Rey was out protesting, even though Lana Del Rey
you're talking about the dry snitching thing.
Yeah. Even though Lana Del Rey was dry snitching a little bit, she was out protesting. All I'm saying is, don't be afraid to speak your mind when you spoke your mind many other times. How many other times, Brandy, you came in situations when people were, matter of fact, the whole feud with Randy Orton and Tony Khan, Brandy sure spoke her mind. Brandy spoke her mind about a lot of things. So you can speak your mind about fake wrestling bullshit, but you can't come in defense of Black Lives Matter.
Here's the thing. Here's what I have to say about Brandy Rose. She let her insecurities get the best of her. And she made it about a woe is me thing. She made it seem like all about her. Like people were going to say, oh, I can't speak on black issues because I'm married to a white man. And I say, Bull crap. How many black people have spoke on these issues but are married to somebody who is not black? Plenty. I'm sure somebody can name some examples.
Yes.
So
Like,
I don't.
I hate you scared to speak your mind of things. Like Nick Cannon, people can say Nick Cannon a corny rapper, this and that, but he's still out here protesting. Tia Tamara, you know,
Right.
Bianca and her husband. There's plenty of people out here protesting. 50 Cent, one of the biggest trolls. People call him an awful father. He's still out here helping black. Come on, man.
You know, 50 Cent doing that now. You know, 50 Cent. He 50 Cent always been about that shit. You know, so 50 Cent.
Yo, you know, I was thinking because I seen that Charlotte had posted Black Lives Matter. I was looking up Charlotte one time. I can't remember what I was looking for, but I remember she had gotten arrested, and the cop in the police report said that she said something racist to him. So that is, I don't know. Those two things don't really.
Now people don't know
funny.
how accurate that story is because it's not been confirmed. Because that was her husband said something about that, and it's just her husband trying to, you know, put some dirt on her. So like that report came out, then nothing was made of it out that. So there's no real evidence on that. So.
Oh, there was. I don't know. I just read what was on the page.
I know what you're talking about. Her husband Brand, her ex-husband Brand, put that out about her, but no real note came of that. So and there's no real evidence. There's no real evidence on that. So,
like Tessa Blanchard, there's rumors of Tessa doing the shit with the girl.
Yeah.
The girl, yes, it happened. But when the girl had the platform to say what happened, she said it happened, but I don't want to talk about it. Bro, we give us the evidence so we can cancel Tessa. If not, then I don't believe nothing. Like evidence, I need hard evidence for people. Like
thank you. Hard evidence.
Mel Gibson is evidence, and like. Oh, it's just don't be scared to speak out for Black Lives Matter. You got people. Billie Eilish is speaking out. Your favorite rapper, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne ain't doing shit besides being a coon. We got Taylor Swift speaking out.
Lil Wayne.
Here's the hit. I'm gonna say this about the Wayne thing because I listened to what Wayne had to say.
I don't listen to Wayne no more, Laurel.
No.
I'm done with Wayne.
Let me say this.
Doja, Wayne's getting canceled too.
I understand that, and that's your prerogative. This is what I did. You know, I'm all about context. So I listened to what this dude had to say. The first half of what Wayne said was BS. That was BS talking about, oh, we need to look at ourselves and see like what we do to bring these situations on ourselves. That was BS.
Right.
But what he said in the second half was, you know, what we're going to do post this, what we're going to do besides wearing the shirts, what we're going to do besides the hashtags. Now that stuff, I can see where he's coming from. But the first half of what he said was complete some BS, man. So that shows how out of touch Wayne is. That's just Wayne being out of touch, man.
I can't see the second half because you know why I can't see the second half? All this, because we won't know till would a guy be a Dodden or not. And why he only got arrested? Like there was 3 other cops there. They should have got arrested too.
I don't know why them other cops have not gotten charged. But
I'm doing a crime, and you and Sierra with me. And y'all post up, make sure I could get away with this crime. Y'all will still get arrested. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what I'm gonna say about Brandy, right, is I agree with y'all on the point that she should speak her mind regardless of what she feels like people are gonna say in response to her.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I understand what she's saying though. I understand that there are, and she's not even mixed, so I understand her point of view. That sometimes
she feels like people criticize her for not being black enough.
Right. That she almost feels like an outcast because when she gets to speak about women's issues, she goes right in. She doesn't hold her tongue or anything. But it's usually because
I'm like, where you at for this?
Right.
Like,
so I do think she should, because the fact that her white husband is the one speaking on like the family's behalf. It's just weird. It's weird.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes has been very vocal. He's posted a lot of stuff.
That's weird for me, man. That's like, I can't take Brandy Rhodes serious no more. Like, Cody is speaking out more than you. You shouldn't even say his name. Like, come on. Like,
yeah, that's what I didn't like about Brandy Rhodes' comments. She made it all about woe is me and all that.
Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga, Beyonce, Katy Perry, Mariah Carey, Miley Cyrus, Madonna. Shoot. Like Selena Gomez, Hazley, Tanaje.
Demi Lovato. All these different celebrities are smoking out.
Becky G, come on, man. You telling me Brandy Rhodes can't?
My girl Lauren Hawarji said some stuff. Like Lauren has been vocal as hell.
To me, once Tessa says something, I think you can speak.
Wait a minute, hold up. Tessa Blanchard said something.
Yes, Tessa Blanchard was.
Tessa Blanchard said something.
I didn't see this. What did Tessa say?
Oh, I think I have to. I'm gonna try to pull it up
because if you find this, I haven't seen no comments from Tessa because she was silent. Then I was like, did people say so? Because, oh my God! So you telling me Randy Orton and Tessa Blanchard, people who have been people who consider them suspects, have done more than Brandy Rhodes?
No, you know who else done more? Iggy. Iggy said something.
Oh, you know Iggy gonna say something. She loves the black men. She loves black men alive.
But you gotta think about it. How many times the hip hop culture try to counsel her?
A lot.
Every day. I mean, I get Brandy with the whole mix. I used to date Caucasian women. I mean, I'm single right now, but shit, you gonna get committed. Let's be real. You get criticized about anything. If you like feet, if you like pineapples on pizza. Let's be real.
Corey, if you find these Tessa comments, I'm gonna be like, what? Because I had no idea Tessa Blanchard said anything.
I'm looking for it right now. What time?
Hillary Duff.
No, now I can't find this shit. Cause you know when I seen it is when all the wrestlers were saying something. I was on Twitter and it was kind of on the side, like this is what the rest of the wrestlers were saying. So I'm trying to.
Did you check her Twitter?
Yeah, I'm on her Twitter right now. Maybe it was on the.
That like when you find something and you can't find it, that's why I screenshot every single day. And also, speaking of stuff, like everybody using Martin Luther King now. Like I ain't seen Martin Luther King name so many times. I've seen his name more times now than for Black History Month and for his birthday.
You know what's crazy? People are almost acting like they don't know how he died. Like they think he's still alive or something.
Oh, he got assassinated.
He got killed. Like it's not like he was just able to protest peacefully and nobody did anything.
Right?
He got killed.
You know what else drives me crazy? They love using Martin Luther King, right? But they're a Trump supporter. And I haven't seen you say not one thing about Trump offering the green light on people. Not one thing. Not one thing you posted about Trump. You could at least say Trump was wrong for that. You won't even give an acknowledgement on a public platform about that. Like, come on, I'm respect for people I know.
Oh yeah, there are some people now. Those Trump comments, like one of those Trump Twitter comments, somebody should have said something. Especially, no matter how you feel about the dude, no matter if you may agree with some policies, you got to say something when your guy obviously says something. Yes, that shows just you so caught up in party politics, and I hate people like that who can't get out of their political bubbles. They need to take those glasses off because this shit is bigger than red and blue. This shit is bigger than red and blue.
For real. Like,
you know what somebody told me today? I'm gonna keep their name silent. In Chicago, you got the gangs, all the gangs. You got the black gangs, the white gangs. They're defending. They're trying to tell these rioters to get away. They're doing the job that the police. They're doing more than the police are doing. The gangs are actually stepping up. The gangs in Chicago are stepping up. The gangs, man.
That's crazy.
The Crips and the Bloods are actually working together. They're working together. I said, it is the end of the world. The Crips and the Bloods are working together. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they was created for, to be honest.
Yep.
That was the original concept of that. You know, we protect our neighborhoods.
Yep. I mean,
yeah.
that was, yep.
It's a crazy time.
I feel y'all on that whole Brandy Rhodes thing. I do think she should have said something.
If somebody finds the Tesla comment and she said something, then please send it to me.
You know what? I think I might be getting that confused with what she said about Hana Kimura, but she committed suicide.
All right.
Because I know everybody spoke on that, even though she's kind of, you know, Tesla's kind of an outcast in stardom now because of all those girls said that she was doing, like, Shauna from AEW said she did way worse stuff than what happened between her and La Rosa Negra.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what exactly that was, but everybody seems to be, you know, so many people are chiming in, so I don't know if she has that.
I don't think she's gonna say anything because she doesn't want to deal with more backlash. Because if she says something, people are gonna come at her with a whole bunch of crap. So I think she's just gonna keep. You know, some people is like even if they want to say something, you know, they may deal with a lot of backlash, and they want to. So even if she wants to say, even if she wanted to say something, I don't think she's gonna. I don't feel like she feels she's the person to be saying it.
Right.
Right.
I'm gonna read a comment to you that someone wrote.
Okay.
Explaining what like the Black Lives Matter. Someone said people who have been under constant oppression since the slave trade finally sick and fucking tired of the government that's supposedly to protect them turn a blind to every agent who seeks to undermine their very existence, including the state. People are sick of police who wear blue by day and white hoods by night. People are sick of the system that exploits them for capital product.
I feel that.
Feel that.
You know, like, why is Black Lives Matter? Because we feel, you know what? Let's be real. We feel like we are a endangered species right now.
Right.
We feel like we are the walking fucking dead. And it's just get worse. You get like, bro, I walk to Walmart all the time. So
yeah.
police pull up on me. So I feel like I could be next.
Right.
Like, they pull up on you, what you doing? Like, going to Walmart.
You know when I started realizing stuff was getting bad with the police is when my local police, they started co-opting the Punisher logo.
Oh.
So when I started seeing that in their windows, and they started, you know, they had those Blue Lives Matter flags with the, you know, with the blue bar, and they actually had a parade, like a Blue Lives Matter parade, like not too far from where I live. So that was weird. And then to see, like, I can't remember who it was that had gotten killed. I don't remember if it was Mike Brown or it was one of these big cases. And I was in Oakland, New Jersey, and they had a big ass banner, like, you know, all lives matter, you know, protect the police, as something craziest. And I said, yo, this is getting in, because, you know, I don't live in a bad area. I live in the suburbs. We don't have a lot of crime. So it's like, it's weird to see these cops doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know that, you know, some of these neighboring towns, they, you know, their cops are usually all in our area. Like, I've been stopped by the police, you know, several times, just going to the store, and then they make up a lie, you know, especially if I'm walking. If they see me walking, there's always, you know, there's been robberies in the area and all this nonsense. These out of town cops who think that I don't know what's going on in my neighborhood, so they don't start. Oh, you know, there's been robberies, and I let them, you know, check my ID, and I don't care, but it's just a principle that they, you know, it's getting real Blue Lives Matter around here, and I don't know, they're kind of bringing an energy here that doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? If I lived in Brooklyn or somewhere, I would kind of understand. It's still spooky there, but it's even spookier here because it seems like they want something to happen.
They do.
I don't know. I mean, for me, living in a small town in rural North Carolina, it's not too bad here with the cops and stuff. So,
right.
As far as I know, obviously, but it's not. I haven't seen too much BS going on, but you still have that fear in your mind, like something potentially could go wrong with one of these incidents with the police. So it just one of those things you have to unfortunately deal with, and it really truly sucks. Really truly sucks.
Mm-hmm. It sucks.
The thing that always bugged me is the line, like how often they'll stop you for nothing and then lie about it, like you don't like something's wrong with you. I remember when I was going to Full Sail, a cop. I was about to cross the street to go. I was going to go get some Chinese food or something, and the cop just walked up on me and said, "Yo, where you going?" I'm like, "I'm going to get some food," and he when I turned around, I was like, "So you want to see my ID or whatever?" And he was like, "Yeah." Now, mind you, I'm still wearing my lanyard from school that has my school ID, because Full Sail was only like right down the street from where I was. And he's like, "Oh yeah, there's been robberies in the area, and the guy they saying Diddy had on a red hat." So I had on a Cincinnati Reds hat, and he was like, "Yeah, the guy had on a red." And I'm like, if this nigga is out here robbing people, why would he still wear the same hat? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's not gonna wear the same hat.
They consider that hat you said. They consider that gang hat.
Right. So then he patted. I said, "Go ahead, pat me." He patted me down facing traffic, like almost making me look like a criminal, like I was doing something wrong. When I was just going to get some. Like, why would I still wear my school ID if I was going to rob somebody? Like, it didn't make any sense. The whole situation didn't make no sense.
That's that clear fucking bullshit right there that everybody's talking about, man. See, at least me now I'm pretty lucky. I have had no bad encounters with the police in my life so far. So far. And maybe it's because I look like a safe person who won't do crap. But I still have that fear in my mind, about something like, oh shit, I wonder what will happen if I get in one of these contact with these police officers. Lucky, thank God, I haven't had no situation like that in my life so far.
Yeah.
I think, like a simple cops can pull you over. Maybe you're going 5 miles, and maybe they see you ain't have your seatbelt. They will be quick. Hey, can we search your car?
Yeah.
Like, search. They fuck up your car. Don't even fix your car back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I had some shit, huh? What's up now? They ain't got shit to say. They looking stupid like, what, because I'm black, I had drugs in this bitch?
Right. I remember during the winter, I had gotten stopped from the cops crossing the street. He said I was jaywalking, right? Once he actually got out the car, he realized there's no crosswalks on that main street. So I wasn't jaywalking. It's just that's how you. But then once he realized there was no crosswalks, he tried to change it to, "Well, I almost hit you, because you I mean the way you were crossing the street, I couldn't see you." I'm like, you have to be kidding! Like, you first of all, you changing your story. No. You tried to get me on jaywalking. You good?
No, I'm saying I'm good. I'm saying I just have to make sure that it is getting kind of late. I was trying not to be up too late with this, but we continue to. I said.
Okay.
I do want to say, like the other day I was online, I was looking at cases that there's a lot of cases that people don't know that's not like getting brought up, like highlighted, like this case or some plan. Trevor Martin. What's the last name? Martin.
Trayvon Martin. Yeah.
Trevor Martin. This, like Kendrick Johnson. There's so many cases. I looked up police killings of unarmed black people.
Right.
And there's so many. There's like more than 200 per year. I was on 2015. I started in 2011. I was still in 2015. I spent 4 hours just looking at.
Yeah, that's not good, man. And it's crazy when you seeing stuff like that, and still like whenever one of us gets killed, they go, well, y'all don't care about black on black violence, or they, oh well, black on black violence is more prominent than, and it's like, I mean, but they're not getting away with it though. Like they're almost making it legal for the cops to kill us.
Yeah, it is legal in a way. Like when people kill me, say y'all don't talk about black, bro. Let's be real. Every person of color kills each other.
That's why I said. That's why I said
we don't talk about it that much because the person gets arrested easily. It
Right.
doesn't. 20 years later.
That's just a talking point people use to deflect, and I hate when people use that talking point.
That's exactly what it is.
I hate that for real. Like use that. Like they just always fail. Daniels people try to use. They try to use that. They try to use the all lives matter, man. All lives matter. But we say Black Lives Matter because we feel like we are the Walking Dead. That's why we feel like we're a dangerous species.
Right. I like that WWE's roster is holding it down though. Like I really commend Roman Reigns because he got black kids, so he's going to have to deal with this sooner or later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I commend anybody speaking on it. Something.
I mean, the roster is pretty. A lot of the rosters have spoken up, from Roman to Charlotte to Randy Orton, surprisingly, to Rhea Ripley to freaking Casey Catanzaro's been like, she's been like a real one. Casey's spoken out.
We know why. We know why.
Casey's spoken out.
They could.
I like Casey though. Cool.
Like like B. Simone. You know who B. Simone is, right? Chick on the can't show. She always talk about can't wait to suck dick, and she can't wait to have a boyfriend. Today she said, "Pray for our enemy." B. Simone, you know how you say pray for our enemy. Now you want to be, it's all up to God.
Yikes!
Like, that's all you saying right now.
See, now I don't like now people using the God thing. There's not the time for that. Keep religion out of this.
It's to the point that you feel betrayed by some of these people that you put your dollar to.
Right.
People will say you can't care about the person. We do gotta care about the personal stuff. That's what makes us invest our money.
Right. Oh, they asked, and did you see Michael Jordan said something today?
He did?
Yep. Michael Jordan said something.
Finally.
I saw you. I think you said I saw ESPN put out an article that Michael Jordan was like he was frustrated. He was angry about everything that was going on. Michael Jordan actually said something. ESPN put out an article about it.
That's what's up. I'm gonna check it out, cause I seen some ball players say some stuff. Then I seen the last ball player I seen that said something was Kareem. He wrote like an article in LA Times.
Yeah, Michael Jordan actually said something. Just look it up.
I'm gonna look it up.
I'm looking at it right now. He said he's deeply saddened and truly pained, and he's just plain angry about what happened to George Floyd.
Can you look up on what Kareem said, CA?
Yeah, I can pull it up real quick.
Like, all we asking for these so-called role models to speak up. You gotta think about the young kids that follow these people. Brandy always speaks first for issues, so some people look at her like, why are you nervous speaking now? Your husband
Abdul-Jabbar says the protests. He defends the protests and he says racism is deadlier than COVID-19.
I agree.
I feel them on that, man.
Yeah, I mean that's some truth.
He's lived through some stuff, man.
Like, lived through some stuff.
When he first came in the league, like how long ago that was, and how things still were in professional sports and in the country in general.
And you know what's different about this Black Lives movement right now? The other countries are doing it.
When I seen IC posted a video of what they were doing in Germany, and they had painted murals of They painted murals. They was out there throwing up the black fist. I said, yo,
Yeah.
they having rallies. They having
London and Berlin were having protests. Tokyo was having protests. Like it's like worldwide, man.
This is worldwide right now. Black Lives Matter wasn't worldwide like that before. It's getting fed up. Like, you know, so something has to change. And our leader, our president, he just said green. Like, I didn't hear him say nothing else besides let's green light the people.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I heard. I never even see him say, you know, he's sorry for what happened.
Well, that was the tweet. Okay, now let me say this. I did see the tweets about him doing the FBI and the Department of Justice for looking into it. He did say that. Now the chart that I disagree with. Did
he say RIP?
I don't know if he did say my condolences go out to the family or something like that. And we're gonna do a full investigation. We're facing the federal department is gonna do a full investigation and all that jazz. But I did see that. But like I said, you don't do that. And then you meet the next few tweets later, you're talking about all these looters and stuff. Like say when the looting starts, the shooting starts. No, you're just feeding into narratives. That's no, you can't be putting stuff like that on there.
And you know what's funny? Like people are complaining about what's happening, but like 2 months ago, you was punching somebody over toilet tissue. For real,
right?
People was getting knocked out over toilet tissue.
I completely forgot about that at this point.
Yeah,
like things have gotten so crazy now. I forgot like how bad it was already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people don't forget about people were locked in the house because of the COVID shit. And you realize that coronavirus is taking a backseat because of this?
Yeah.
And people talking about coronavirus. They said, would the second wave be more deadly? Because everybody's around each other.
Right.
Like, you know, still got some people
having a whole barbecue the other day, man.
You got some people
whole family was out there. Right.
So it's just, I mean, honestly, 2020 has been a sorry fucking year.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. This year has been the drizzling shit. 2019 doesn't look too bad now.
Right.
2015 didn't look bad. This shit been.
I say fuck 2015 personally. 2015 can go kick. 2015 can go kick rocks. That year sucks for me personally.
Wait, that was you know what was crazy? How bad 2015 was, and I still think 2020 was worse. So and we only going into June.
What happened 2015? I can't remember. The Cowboys?
No, it's not. It was a personal yeah, it was a lot of it was a rough time for me in college, and that's personal. I don't want to go into that right now, but I really hate 2015 with a passion. 2020 may suck, but I'll never have the vitriol hatred like I have for it, like I have for 2015. 2015, that year can go rotten to hell.
He said rotten to hell. You sound like an Evil Dead character.
If I would, this is how much I hate 2015. I would take 2020. I would have 2020 come in the room and fuck 2015 in the asshole, and rape it. Just if they were both.
No Vaseline.
No Vaseline.
What was Buddy's name from that Boondocks episode? But he was based off a real person.
Booty Warrior.
Booty Warrior. OG Bobby something.
Who was that guy?
Booty Warrior. OG Bobby Fleet. So whatever his name
Bobby
was.
Johnson. It was something.
It was Fleece Johnson.
Fleece Johnson. Fleece Johnson was his name.
For real. AKA Nasty Nate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, is that all y'all want to talk about? Because like I said, I'm not trying to be on this laptop for too long. I got to go to bed for work tomorrow.
I mean, yeah, this is all for what we talked about. I mean, the next episode, we probably going to dig into In Your House.
Yeah.
And we got an episode about the whole pop stuff. I'm going to break that down later in the inbox.
All right.
So if whenever y'all want to do this again, man, I'm in.
Sweet.
We're gonna do it soon because In Your House is coming up.
It's next Sunday.
That's next Sunday.
Yeah, In Your House is next Sunday. It's the first Sunday. Okay. I think it's the first Sunday in June.
If we can figure out like maybe one match to watch this week about In Your House episode, then it's cool. If we like, because you got Hell in a Cell, you got HBK versus HBK versus Mick Foley. You got different In Your House matches. It just depends what y'all want to watch.
So like, give me some recommendations for some old In Your House matches, and we'll put them down. So, but
review the matches and review In Your House. Then we got the pop shit in the future. We could talk about it in there. Personal lives, movies, review movies, old kung fu shit.
Oh yeah, like I said, we still those movies. I gotta watch them. I'm gonna try to do that next week. But,
because I gave them the episode of Battle Royale. You ever seen Battle Royale, CA? Hunger Games took the whole story.
Yeah. I actually have that on not DVD, but that came out back when I was downloading every movie I could. This was like when LimeWire was still lit.
LimeWire.
Oh, that takes me back.
I still have a digital copy of it.
That shit fucked up my computer.
Yeah, I didn't doubt. I used the school's computer when I used LimeWire. I didn't use.
Man, that shit fucked up my computer. LimeWire, FirstWire. I
remember the day I opened it up and it had the FBI logo on there. I said, "God damn it! Shut these guys down."
Yeah.
But if that's all, we got to say, I guess we'll sign off. You want to say any final thoughts?
That's all. Yo, y'all stay tuned for the next episode because we coming back. We ain't going.
All right.
Stay tuned.
Coming back like a Roman Reigns push.
Stay tuned until the next episode, to quote Dr. Dre, to quote Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, till the next one. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
All right, guys.